Today we are diving into something a lot of us struggle with quietly. The stories we tell ourselves after hard times. My guest today, Penda, has a powerful perspective on refusing to stay stuck in our victim mindset, bouncing back quickly from setbacks, and how the way we think shapes everything that happens next. We are going to talk about mindset, recovery, and one tool that ties it all together, journaling. Whether you are stuck or you're looking for a solution, this conversation is for you. Now stay tuned and watch the episode.
Every person
has a story.
some are loud,
Others
are buried
in silence. And here we bring them to light.
Some conversations change how we think, others change how we live. This is a space for both. Welcome to In the Quiet podcast, where honesty isn't filtered, but silent cups are filled. Hey there, this is In the Quiet podcast where silent cups are filled. If you're new here, I'm Kenzuri, and on this podcast we talk about mental health and everything psychology. Today's episode is brought to you by In the Quiet Journal Collection that is sponsoring this episode. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe down below as we start this episode.
Hello, hi, my name is Penda Jeremiah. I am an educator, an entrepreneur, a writer, and a designer. I own two businesses, Kule Africa, which deals with digital and print, and Colorful House of Books, where we sell books majorly on wellness. Our 5 pillars are healing, wellness, prosperity, connectivity, and the most important thing, which is learning. We want to see everyone well-learned and not ignorant. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for being here, Penda.
Yes,
Thank you
yes.
so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you making your time and being here.
Thank you.
And I want to know, how was your week? How has your week been?
Well, my week has been up and down. I think majorly I've been very tested. One of my resolutions 2026 was not to cry, but I've cried. So this week, on 15th of July, I got hit by a car. I was on a motorbike and then got hit by a bus, like a bus rammed on us and threw us into the rail. My testimony is here.
Glory to God.
Because like after sharing with a few people my ordeal, like I've been hearing a lot of deaths around motor vehicle accidents. Yes. And a week on the dot after, my WhatsApp account, which brings in like 80% of our revenue, was brought down by Meta, which someone else might be like, oh, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
It is a lot, yeah. But 2025 was one of my hardest years. My 20s have been the hardest of all. Like, I think 20s have been a very hard year, but it's also been building up to who I am and where me and my business are going. Because one of the things I've learned is, one, you cannot be a victim, and two, quick recovery time.
Wow.
You only have 5 minutes. You know that joke? You only have 5 minutes. You only have 5 minutes. Wake up and recover as quickly as you can. Because if you wallow on, oh, I had an accident, I'm still in so much pain, so much back pain, so much pain on my rib area, and my leg is still aching. But if I allow myself to wallow into that, I'm going to stay there and I'm going to be sad. My WhatsApp was pulled down. Less than 5 hours later, I got another number, put up another WhatsApp, put up an ad on it, because I realized if you sit in your pain for a minute, for more than, a minute's all right. Sit, feel it, allow yourself to feel it, write it down. But if you stay for more than 5 minutes, more problems are going to pile up.
Wouldn't that be like avoiding your problems, running away? How?
Not really. Because you see, especially when people are in rock bottom, or when you're falling into rock bottom, you tend to think that there's this saying, you can only go up. But if
I'm not going down in the name of Jesus.
Yes, but let me tell you, rock bottom is a very good place to go lower. like a very good place to go lower. You think, oh, I'm already down. Let me show you how down you can go. And it goes with, yes, car accident. Oh, WhatsApp has gone down. Kidogo kidogo broke. Kidogo kidogo rent is due. Kidogo kidogo eviction. Like it's just going down and down. So it's not avoidance, it's recovering while you're healing. So you're healing and you're recovering. You're healing and you're recovering. You're taking your meds, you're eating well, you're walking so that all those pains can go away. Your muscles. You're journaling how you're feeling. You're journaling the pain of, I feel bad that where my revenue has been going, because there's so many clients who are on that number and I cannot access them. But I feel bad. But the opportunity is, I can create new clients, because where the other clients came from, they can find me on a new number. Wow. Yeah, so you're recovering and you're healing. You cannot sit and pity yourself. And that is why I keep saying you cannot be a victim. Yeah. You have to keep finding ways of, let me recover, let me heal very quickly, but you're not ignoring your pain. You presently know my back is aching, but that is not going to keep me in bed all day. You presently know I'm here, right? You presently know my WhatsApp is down or my account has been hacked. You know that, you are aware of that, but for a minute, you're finding ways so that as you solve this other problem, you're also finding a solution. So there is a positive pathway for you.
Yeah, especially, I feel like that is so beautiful put, because we all know that we're going to go through problems. Yes. But then not just having a mindset of you thinking about your problems, but also having solutions, thinking of possible solutions. Yes. What are the solutions around me? Yes, I understand I'm going through this pain, but what am I supposed to be doing in my weakness for me to move back up, for me to stand up again, not to dwell in the pain or the struggle that I'm in. Yes. And thank you so much, because now you've laid a very good foundation of our conversation today. The title is From Victim to Victor. I realize you are a person who's so passionate about not having a victim mindset. No. Having homegrown solutions for your own problem and identifying your own solutions that work best for you. And so the title today is Building Resilience, Mindset and Recovery Through Journaling. All right. Because of how your business is set up and how you've been a champion of journaling. I feel like even the first time we met, we had conversations on journaling, how it has helped you, how it has built resilience in your life. And that makes me want you to take us when you realized that you had a choice not to see yourself as a victim the first time. The moment.
Yes. So it's very sad for me to admit that for a very long time, I was a victim of my own. I've built myself as a victim, right? And I started journaling way young, kitambo, so long ago. I used to journal. My mom realized that I am a writer through my journaling. Wow. I would sit at our shop, because I would man our shop and write down. I wrote a soap opera when I was 14. Wow. Ridiculous, right? But even while journaling, I didn't realize that I had morphed into a sad writer. I had morphed into pain amplified my voice. I'm going through a heartbreak. Bam! I have a whole poem. Yes, 10 novels. I have poems on sadness, 10 poems on heartbreaks. Right now, I'm not dating, but even if I was and someone broke my heart, I refuse to be that. My story will be, someone broke my heart, all that.
But then it was a good outlet for you.
Yes, of course it's a good outlet, but then it's good to know the difference between expressing yourself and becoming a victim, because when you are a victim, you're blaming everyone else and losing the plot.
So in your stories, you were the victim.
Yes,
but this person
hurt me.
Maybe they hurt you.
Yes, of course they did. Maybe you went through loss of money, because I have lost a lot of money. Last year, I lost assets. I lost so much.
Yeah.
And I kept
Sorry about that.
I kept feeling like it's me they're attacking. I am not deserving of this. And you're not deserving. That is true. It's not far from the point that you're not deserving of that. You're not deserving of the heartbreak. You're not deserving of the hurt. You're not. But you cannot sit there and see yourself and self-pity. Yes. You cannot sit in self-pity.
Pity.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you a victim? Yes. But in that moment, release yourself from the victimhood. Know that, yes, they wronged me. Yes, they conned me of this money. Yes, they stole from me. Yes, I'm deserving of what I am going through. Yes, sometimes fate is attacking one person for no reason. I feel like sometimes you do not appreciate that sometimes things can work against you for forces, because of forces you are not seeing, are aware of. So sometimes you're facing all that. You're facing also because of also backgrounds. There are people who backgrounds have pushed them into the places they are in. Maybe you were born an orphan. Maybe you were born in those muddy situations. That is victimhood, and it's not your fault. And it's good to appreciate and see that as, okay, this is it. This is what I'm going through, and this is what has been placed in my hands. But the other alternative is I can see the victimhood, and the other alternative is I can appreciate this while still saying I am a victor. I am a victor. My father, who is one of the people I have seen go through a lot of grief, and is part of my journey because we have a lot of pushback. Yeah, but I have seen him go through grief a lot, but he has held that he is not a victim. That man will consistently hold his part of, I am a winner regardless of what is happening. And so for a very long time, I didn't see myself as a winner. Like I would sit with you and I'll be so exhausted as a person because of what is going through. Maybe like business is not doing well. When I was employed, my boss is doing this, which is okay because the boss is harassing you. Things are happening to you.
It's not okay for them to harass you.
Yeah, of course it's not okay for them to harass you, but
What power?
Where is there's the part, the victim, the part of being victimized, and then there's the part where you hold power over yourself.
I love that.
Yes, yeah. So you have to be aware of, this is the situation I am in. I am not in control of being rammed over by a vehicle. You do not have control over that. You do not have control over Meta taking out your... I'm using my examples, yeah? You do not have control over that, but you know what you have control over? Waking up and speaking life over yourself.
Yeah.
Waking up and writing, I am a winner. Scripting the opposite of what you're doing. Neville Goddard, I don't know, some people beat him up, but Neville Goddard teaches writing the opposite of everything that happened. So for example, instead of going through what happened to me that day, I should have, when you go home, you journal down gratitude and also things that, like, if this day was ideal for me, how would it have looked like? How would it have looked like? I would have gone to, by the way, I had gone to bind your journals. I was on 4 hours of sleep and I was going to bind those journals, right? And so I could have gone, ensure that the journals are done well, the day would have been good. That is now visualizing and writing down on your journal a different outcome of how the day looked like. So yeah, so that's where you're holding the power over being kicked down by what is happening. You are allowed to feel, my boss today was too much. She was too much. She was overwhelming, but you can sit down. Coloring is also another thing I want to talk about.
Yes.
But color and write down on your journal and say, I don't know, tomorrow my boss will be, because you see, a boss is something that is recurring. It's someone who is victimizing you on a daily basis. So you have to every day work on yourself so that they do not put you in that box of, every day you're waking up and you know that they're going to pin you down.
Yeah.
So every day you go home and you create new energy for yourself, so that the next day your power is overpowering who they. Yeah.
Because I also saw how, speaking back on the day you had the accident, I remember the following day you texted me saying you're following up the company that is supposed to do you were like, I'm following up with them to see. Because for me, I was like, now I think I have to tell my clients that they have to wait, because I was trying to format a message. And I was like, hey, she just had an accident and now she's following up with another company to see if they are doing what they're supposed to. Me and my mind was like, you really don't want to be a victim.
No,
I really.
Do you know what is even funny? When I was hit, I was taken. So immediately when I was hit, I didn't have anyone to call. So they were like, get someone to call. But it's not that I didn't have. I have family, I have friends, people who love me. But I didn't want to inconvenience anyone. So I went to the police station to write the statement and everything, because I was still walking. I was still okay. I was still in pain. They couldn't realize what was happening. I got dressed, and then I told the guy who was here, I said, these books, they must be finished today. And so I went to the shop and I started sorting the books out. I couldn't sort them completely because I was shaking, my body was shaking. I told them, take them and tell them, I want those books done by today. And I followed up. Okay, after that, I was too overwhelmed and unwell. But the next day, I was on top of business. I was on my seat with pillows around me, but on top of business, I was like, everything that has to be done has to get done. 20-year-old me would be like, who's gonna come take care of me?
I have no one. I want to be. Yeah. But I feel like
yeah.
I feel like it's okay. It's okay.
It's really
but again,
okay,
the issue, they think that you say that love is dwelling on the fact that you're looking at all the weaknesses surrounding you, all the bad things that are going wrong in your life. Because yesterday I was having a conversation with a colleague, and we were talking about how overthinkers, you being an overthinker creates anxiety for you. And I have been consuming a lot of content on manifestation, and I am now believing that every thought that we have about ourselves, in one way or another, we are manifesting it in our lives.
Yes.
So the more you dwell on the negative things going on in your life, there is a high possibilities that you are creating those bad things for the future in your life. So you are likely to stay in the struggle because you're always thinking of the bad things and always seeing the bad things going on in your life. And that's where it's very important that you say it with gratitude. Because when you're going through pain and struggle, you're not likely able to see the good that is happening in your life. So you focus on the bad. And I think when you focus on the bad, you're thinking of the bad. Then you're able to manifest the bad.
Yeah.
So that, like, it becomes a cycle. Because even as Christians, we believe that the Bible says, so as a man thinks,
so
he is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to think it's a coincidence. This is like, it is the reality of our mind.
Yeah.
It is the reality of how our mind works. And that makes me want to ask you, when you think of the term like recover quickly, how does it look like to you? Is it like a shift of mindset, or is it a routine, or is it both? How do you achieve that, the mentality of recovering quickly? Because what I can also add is that the generation of our parents, from what I've seen with the country and how they brought it from where it is, I've never seen my parents or both of them be a victim of any kind. And considering their stories, they've really been through some bad things. Like when I think about it, even when I'm writing down, when I'm journaling about myself, one of the things that gives me strength is looking at the lives of my parents, and like, they've really been through rock bottom. I think they were under.
Yes.
But if I know people who laugh, who are happy, it's them. I'm like, they're really strong. They have a strong mentality. But I also, I think it's the resilience, which we're going to talk about. But I think before we go to resilience, how does someone build that mindset? Is it like a mindset shift? Is it a routine, as I asked, or could it be both?
So one of the things that you have, one of the things is community. One is community, but before community is the journaling. We go back now to journaling.
Okay.
Writing down has so much power. I don't know whether it's I'm forgetting his name, but he says when you write down, there is so much power in writing down, the possibility of you getting what you want by 40%. And even my whole business model is on building people to write down. Now, why would you write down? Because you start identifying patterns. You start identifying, oh, this is what happened to me in a previous situation. So you were jobless a while back. And you if you write down and something that had already happened to you before occurs, you remember a mistake you made previously so that you're not able to do it again.
Hey y'all, our deputy journal is finally out. So I have created a gratitude journal after a long period of time thinking about it and wanting to have it out there. I've created something that I was looking for and couldn't find. Something that is well guided, well thought of, and very intentional. I've realized lots of us, we have open journals that have nothing in, and we're always worried about thinking what to write or what to say. And that's why I came out with a very layered journal that has prompts and asks you what to write down. It has morning reflections, evening reflections, that is a daily reflection. It has weekly reviews. It has monthly check-ins and quarterly check-ins. So if you are someone who wants to venture into their journey of journaling and building a lifestyle around gratitude, this is what I recommend you in the Quite Meaningful Gratitude Journal. Reach down in the description and order yours today on our Instagram at In the Quiet Place Hub.
So you remember last time I sat down and I cried, or last time I asked advice from someone and they give me the wrong advice. So this time you're armed, and this is why journaling works. And it works so well because you're armed with, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. Again, on journaling, I like that you're saying that you've been researching on manifestation. And so there's this thing on scripting. Scripting also helps you because now, when it comes to recovery, it's very important that when you're down there, you start writing down where you want to see yourself. Your situation doesn't say right now that you have a Porsche and you're living in Karen in a comfortable home. It all depends on what comfort looks like for you. Yes. So for some people, comfort may look like Porsche and a certain amount of money in the bank account. You may have zero right now in your bank account, but you have to have your mindset in a different. You have to refuse to accept that where I am right now, this is where I am meant to be. You have to shape, like, I'm not saying shift, but you have to shift your mindset from where you are. Again, everything is the mindset. And the mindset is you cannot look at your physical and judge your physical and say, this is what I'm made of. You have to shift your mindset is literally everything. And the mindset goes back to journaling, what you're consuming on social media. Let me tell you, that day when I was that day on the accident, the first Instagram post I saw, which we were laughing with my brother, is there's this guy called Brian Mutinda. He had posted a video of a girl who was knocked by she was on a vehicle, and then she was on a boda. She was knocked by a car was in front of them, and then they got knocked and they were she fell, and then when she fell from the boda, she got on another boda. Yeah, she got on another boda, and so people were joking. So the joke was how women move very fast. That was the joke. How women move on very fast because she left this boda guy and then the other concern that was on the comment section was, how do you get an accident with one boda and get on another boda?
But then what do you do?
Yeah, no, and they were in the middle of the road, you see.
And she has no
yeah. So that was, her recovery was quick. It could also be she was in denial in that moment, but you see, her mindset was not like somebody help me. You have to be very quick with these things. Your mindset has to be, where am I going? It has to be the destination more than the situations that are happening. Because if you look at what is happening right here, now because it was a highway, she's in the middle of the highway. Where was she supposed to go? So you have to keep, now, and also now when I was talking about the algorithm will feed on to what is happening for some odd reason. Yes, it will feed on to what, because how comes that I just got rammed over by a bus while on a border, and then the first video I see was that girl. And then now if I had let things continue like that, I'll just be seeing people. And then I keep hearing stories now of, like, the next day a girl was hit on Uhuru Highway. I don't know whether you heard. It was really sad. So if you continue, you're just going to keep seeing that on your feed.
Yeah.
Now, when you're rock bottom, you also see people with sad stories that will make you cry. You need to change the algorithm in your mind and the algorithm on your phone. Yes, so that you every time you're going through, you're broke, like 0 shillings on your. Go to those on rich people websites. Go watch mansions. 5 minutes.
Shark Tank.
Just say, I don't like this. I don't like the washroom. Go through them. Go
car shopping.
Go car shopping with your 0 shillings. Just dress nicely. You don't even have to do makeup. Just brush your teeth. Dress nicely. Go and ask, I don't like this Toyota Prado. Did you have another one? Just change the algorithm so that it's not speaking to your situation.
I love that of change your mindset algorithm. Because I have a question here. I wanted to ask you, how does your mindset shape the way we respond to life challenges, and what's practical, and what's practical way to shift our mind that can help us? Practical ways that that we can use to shift our mind. For example, you are now giving move around.
Yes.
So instead of more of that, give us other tips.
We've talked about journaling. I can't stop talking about journaling enough. Coloring. I do have. If you go to our page on Colorful Books right now, we are talking more about coloring. It's it's recommended to people who are going through grief, because it's going to shift your mind for a minute. Secondly, move from your situation. If you can move houses, maybe you're not in that situation, but if you can move houses, move houses. If you can change the people who are around you, not putting them aside and saying, oh, nowadays I don't want to work with this one. No, you need to introduce your mind to different people of different of different backgrounds. Find people who are on the move. So move, always be on the move. Go sit in a nice cafe. Order your water. If you do not have money for tea or anything, yes, go to meetups. There are free events that are everywhere. Go to
Karura.
Yes, go to go to Karura. Go walk, especially walking. Oh my goodness!
Walking.
If I was not a champion of journaling, I'd be a champion of walking. Definitely.
I have a lecturer who is a champion of walking hikes. Always walking.
Walking has a way of honestly bringing your mind together. You'll just be walking like this, and then pop, the idea you needed to get you out of that situation pops in. Walk, or even you can take a bus from here all the way to Ngong Road. Not Ngong Road, Ngong itself. Go to Ngong. It's only 100 bob with Super Metro. Get to the bus station, get on another ride, come back to town. Just move. Do not, if you sit, trouble will find you seated, sleeping, it will find you. But you just need to be moving. And I'm not saying ignore your present situation, but be on the move.
Because we can't ignore. You can't even have a direction if you do not acknowledge your present situation that you're in. We're not asking you to be avoidant or to avoid your situations that you're in.
Yeah.
We are asking you not to dwell in it. But what I can also add is reading.
Definitely.
Reading is a big deal to change your mind. Because I think every knowledge every knowledge that you acquire, and that's the thing that makes us say someone has matured, is that they have more knowledge. So the more knowledge you have, the more you change, your mind changes, the way you see things, your perception. Yeah, it is very important. And that makes me want to ask you, many people struggle, and that is for sure. We struggle from moving from the issues that have made us victim or from our struggles. Why do you think is that? Why do you think it's hard for us to move forward from painful experiences, and what keeps people stuck in the victim mindset? And how can we help them to begin building resilience?
Okay. So let me answer. But before I go there, let me talk about the reading part. I really like that you mentioned reading. I am also I really love that people can read. I have the tagline of Colorful Books is Africa reads, Africa heals.
Wow.
Because I hate ignorance. And the devil, if you're a Christian, the devil really keys into your ignorance, regardless of what you are. And the losses I've gone through have been out of ignorance. You're ignorant of the situation. You're ignorant of every form of ignorance is going to cost you something. So read. It doesn't have to be, okay, books, very nice. Please read books. Also manuals. Also read articles, everything that you can read. Even audiobooks now are here. Listen to things that are progressive for you. Yeah.
And not just in the area of mental health or anything. Read about politics, read about your history.
Even fiction books.
Read cartoons, read.
Just so long as you're reading, you are good to go. Yes. So you're asking how when people struggle to move.
Yeah, what is it that makes people stay in their struggle, want to stay in their painful experiences?
Yes.
And how can
yes. So struggle is comforting. Struggle is comforting. It's nice when you ask me, especially for us who grew up with a lot of struggle, it's very comforting when you ask me, how are you doing? It's very hard for me to tell you, oh, I'm good. Business is blowing up. I made 1 million Kenya shillings last month. It's very hard for people who came from struggle to say that. But you know what is easy for me? It's easy for me to tell you, oh, I had an accident. Oh, I had this.
I've been suffering.
Yes, I've been suffering. Suffering is comforting, and it brings people to you. And it brings warmth. Like, people will be like, okay, she's going through a lot.
But also people want to pity people.
Yes, and people want to, yes.
Because people want to be pitied, but also people want to pity people.
When you rise
because
from pity,
people are like, is she showing off?
Yes.
Why is she okay, now that you made 1 million, you're going to give me like 100?
Yes. And you see now, because we also want to pity people, we find struggle and a very... You know, self-sabotage from Mountain is You. Brianna West talks about self-sabotage. And self-sabotage comes from that place where struggle is comfortable.
Yes.
And 2024, I saw my rise. I rose very fast. Oh, my goodness. I was eating with a big spoon. I saw my rise very fast. But then self-sabotage kicked in because I was in a place I hadn't known. I was in comfort I hadn't known.
Ever experienced?
What do you mean you're telling me? Like, I don't know. I'm not familiar with struggle. And struggle has been my best friend for a long time. Hip and hip. And so there was a dissonance between the struggling Pendo and the now successful one. Yeah. And I tell you, the struggle is going to win. If you let it, it's easy. It's easy to fall into your former patterns. Yeah. It's easy to fall into ignorance and make bad investments. True. Because in your head, you're very familiar with struggle. So that now you're back to the
beginning.
Yes, you're back to your best friend. You're back to your best friend who is you're back.
Yes. How do you think you were going? Yeah. How did you self-sabotage?
So I had a lot of fear. So I made investment. I got business was doing so well. I had just gotten into branding. I had just formed Colorful. We initially had 844. I was doing well as a writer, but not as well as I would do in business. So now the writing has brought me success, and now I have the business. And beginner's luck favored me so well.
Yeah.
So I got into beginner's luck, got into bad investment. One of my bad investment was getting a car. So and you see, no, when I strategized in my head, it was good.
It was working.
It was working, and everything was working, and I was saying, this is what we are going to be doing with this. This is what things were working. Less than a month into it, this fear started sitting in with me.
Couldn't believe you're the one driving the
Yeah.
car.
Oh my goodness. I started fearing, I now started feeling, am I telling too many people? Am I, am I now?
The African in you.
Yeah, am I now not the same person that people knew? And sorry to say, even some people in my family amplified the fear, amplified
the self-doubt.
Yeah, the self-doubt of where I am. And now I stopped seeing opportunities, and now I started seeing the danger. And let me tell you, that danger ate me for almost a whole year. I kept hearing the fear. It's sad to say that I have lived alone for a long time, like since 2017, 2018. I have paid rent on my own, and 2025, what was supposed to be my peak year, I couldn't pay rent, and my house was shut down. It has never been shut down, but
when you weren't doing your best.
Yes, and all those years, I have been doing casual jobs, doing promotions, just doing anything to get myself up. I went to school. I'm a trained teacher, but I didn't want to go back into that. But for the first time, I found a padlock in my house, and they were like, "No, we cannot let you in." It was humiliating. Pits I have never been into.
Of course.
Pits. And even friends who are offering to give me housing, I was like, no, because there's also the part where, like I said, struggle is a good friend. She wants you to sleep in your car because it's easier to relate with. I have a struggling story, And so I kept going lower. I didn't think there was lower. And that is why I keep saying, when you're in rock bottom, you're like, there's nowhere else, it's only up. Surprise.
There is lower.
There is lower. You'll think, oh, this is the lowest I can go.
Lower.
You will go lower and lower. And until you tell yourself, what is putting me here, get rid of any circumstance that is putting you there. And even that best friend called struggle, you have to break up with her as quickly. And you're like, I disassociate verbally. Wow. By the way, I love saying verbally say, I and struggle are no longer friends. Me and poverty.
Yeah, tell them.
Me and poverty are no longer friends in no way, shape, and form. I refuse to be associated with it. I refuse to, no way. And this will show even in how I am moving lately. I will not associate with anything that calls itself suffering, struggle. And I feel like even with our Christian culture, so even when they were talking about, there was a time back, they were saying people are now preaching prosperity gospel. And they don't talk about the suffering gospel that is preached so much. We have familiarized ourselves with suffering and pain and
diseases.
Yes, the Lord is closer to those who are. Oh, please.
There is this verse about that is going to be hard for the wealthy to get to heaven.
Yeah, but no.
But get behind me, Satan, because
yes.
why would you want?
Well, I refuse. I choose choose me myself. I choose prosperity as a close friend now.
Amen.
Let's just move step by step.
Hand in hand.
Hand in hand. And it makes things easier ahead.
It does.
Yes. And it makes things easier. And that has to come from up
And
here.
that was a mind shift for you
Yes.
when you hit that rock bottom, when you saw the padlock on your door.
Oh, yes. Oh, the padlock. And the day I paid my rent now it got locked like 2 times. So the last one, the one that was now mind changing, and I don't want to say I have anything bad towards soldiers, like the soldiers who guard the security guard. So that day our caretaker was not around to open the door for me, so he sent our security guard. And while he was opening that door and I was standing right beside him, I looked at that situation and I said, not any other day. I refused this. I got in. I cried. I told God, you know what? I would rather lose everything, but I'm not going back this way. In fact, I made the decision. I would rather be on the vice side of life as a vice than be a victim. I will not allow things to happen like this for me ever again. Ever again. I will not. And I started, and it's a slow climb. It's a slow climb. So I started putting aside. I realized focusing on 2 businesses, because now I have 2 businesses and both are startups. Well, the bookstore was there from a long time ago, but I wasn't putting in a lot of energy. I decided now I'm going to focus on one thing at a time, move one step at a time, and things started opening up. I started seeing opportunities, and true to the fact and true to the word, I haven't gone back to a place where now we are looking at eviction, we're looking at I need to go lower, I need to all that. The mindset shift was I looked at my situation and I realized, I cannot. And then the sympathies from people, oh my God, you gotta hate those sympathies with everything that you have and move from that and realize I don't want people pitying me. I don't want you to come visit me in a hospital. I don't want you to come. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be visited. Kindly note my wordings is you just have to decide this is not what I want for myself.
Yeah. Also, even people who are visiting, I think we should give people empathy rather than sympathy.
Yes.
Because I feel like when you start sympathizing is like, yes, we appreciate it, but when you keep doing it, it's like you think you are better than the person who is struggling. It's like you're saying, I have more power and I have this authority, and it's actually not healthy. It doesn't help in any way.
No, it doesn't.
And it destroys the other person on the other end even more.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it doesn't empower at all. Because, of course, we want people to visit people when they're not doing okay, because that's community, as you said from the beginning. We need community in our lives. We need someone, if you're sick, who come see you, who'll bring you flowers, make for you some juice, cook food for you. But then again, know that even in your struggle, there is something that you can do. There is value that you have that you can add to your life and their life. And I love that you've shared that experience. But I would love to know, how did you, after like the first closing down, did you make a shift or you didn't? Because now it happened again. What is it that you hadn't done that led you to again be in the same situation?
So one. Also, let me say this. As much as we're talking about the shift, the mindset and everything, there's also the hand that you're not seeing.
Yes.
There's a spiritual background.
Yes.
There's so many things that we're not seeing. But the very key is your mindset. Because you see, still, I was so down. I couldn't see opportunities. I would wake up in the morning and wonder, why are we awake? I hated the mornings. I would want, there's the joy comes in the morning. I wouldn't see that joy in the morning because now the mornings meant now we have another day. We would go for days without selling, weeks without selling journals, or selling anything, or it would just be days of nothing of no sales, of no movement in the business. Fast forward, I now started this, and that's when I say I focused on, now let me focus on one item, and I started now seeing opportunities. What can I do? The business is not working in this model, this is not working for me. Now there's the alternative, there's the voice outside you of people talking. People will be like, look for another job, look for this and this, look for this other thing. If you keep listening to those people, they're gonna put you down.
True.
When you're in so the house has been closed, you're in this victim situation. The house has been closed down. You're probably sleeping. So for me, the first time I was sleeping in my car. So the house has been closed down. You're sleeping in your car. You're going to work on a daily basis. I was showing up to the business. But because you're so sad and you're so silent and you're so down, you cannot see the opportunities. You cannot see. And then now, because of your situation, you keep sharing with people what you're going through.
Yeah.
And people will be like, no, you do this, you do that, you do that. Very few people are offering you tangible solutions. Everybody has a voice. If you and I were drowning right now in waters, so someone else will tell you swim. Someone else will be like, ask around the ocean. There has to be someone with 2 floaters so that you can borrow 1 floater and make it to them. So everybody has, someone else will tell you, drown there, or down there is a house you can live in the sea. Someone else will be like, it's comfortable to die.
Someone else may jump in.
Someone might jump in and pick you, or someone else might spot a boat and tell you that everybody in this ship everybody in these waters has a different solution on how to get out, but you alone know, how can I get myself out of this situation? You alone have the keys to get yourself out of the situation. You can think, so you're now almost drowning. So while you're drowning, stop listening to people and find solutions. So once you find the solution, then you can take there. So for me, one of the solutions was being picked up by people. I have a community in the church that picked me up. I have a friend who, at the beginning of the year, did something explosive for me and my business, which now these are people lifting me up, which totally changed the trajectory of where I was going. But if I was still drowning and listening to people, the people who are telling me there's something down there, there's something comfortable, that you can stay there as you find a solution, you need to close your ears. And this may not look like a good solution for people, but and this is for anybody who's going through a dark season or a dark moment. Stop talking to so many people to find a solution. You have the key to your solution. You know what you need to do. You need to sit down and ask myself, I as Sandra, how can I swim out of this drowning moment? If it means swimming and taking pauses, but you need to stop figuring it out with other people.
Yeah.
You have the key to your getting out. So I had the key. I didn't know. I kept thinking it's with other people. But honestly, I kept thinking it's with other people. I kept thinking it's with this other person. It's with this other person. It's with this other person.
And what I can add is that's the thing. That's the thing about our life and the situations we go through. We trust a lot of people. And when we are self-doubting, we think other people are smarter.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they have some success. And it's not that people have bad intentions for us, and it's not like the advice they give us is malicious. Not necessarily.
Yes.
And not 100%, though we have some who are. But I think majority of the people in our lives, they think the advice that they're giving you is the best advice that they have to offer. It's just that they are thinking for themselves, and they're not thinking for you, or they don't know you as you know yourself. Because I was hearing a story, because there are those whose words will bring you down and make you stay there completely. Because we have some people may tell you, anyway, why did you quit your job in the first place?
Yes.
Why did you start a business and leave your job. Why couldn't you keep your job?
Oh, yes.
Because what we believe in, especially with the older generation, they want you to study something that puts food on your table. They want you to do something that will put food on your table, parent. So when they see you making a decision to leave a stable career and going to a business, they will blame you for you making that decision. I was watching, I don't know if it's TikTok or YouTube, I saw someone say that there was frogs stuck in a well. And that well was filled with water. And the frogs wanted to go up. So there were 3 frogs. And the first frog tried swimming up. And all the people on the top told it, no, you can't. What, you think you can manage to swim up and come off that well? So it reached in the middle, it fell down, and then it died. And then the second one also tried. It swam and then reached also the middle because of the noises and the words that they were saying. It couldn't, died. And then the third one kept swimming, and then it swam until the top, it came out. And then everyone at the top was amused, was like, how did you do it? All the others died. They tried, but they died along the way. The frog was quiet. So they realized why it didn't fail. It's because the frog was deaf.
Oh, wow.
So it couldn't hear the noises. It couldn't hear whatever they were saying.
Yes.
So it had its own vision. It had its own goal. And the goal was to get out of the well.
Wow.
And it did get out of the well. So sometimes, as you were saying, sometimes you don't need the voices. Sometimes you don't need external help. Sometimes you need your own decision. And along the way, the community that you're talking about can be able now to come and help you after. But sometimes you are required to be deaf to certain things, especially as humans who are always looking for pity.
Yeah.
And that makes me want to ask you, for someone who has never journaled before, because you told us you've been journaling since you were young. And so I won't ask you when did it start. But for someone who has never journaled before, what is it? What's the simplest way to start? And is there some specific journaling methods or prompts to go back to that you would recommend?
So one, it has to be simply listing down gratitude. Simply listing down a gratitude. So, and journaling has power. I just remembered how in one of the situations I wrote a list of 20 things that I was grateful for, regardless of how the situation looked like. And the next day I got a big deal that really got me out of the trouble I was in. Yeah, but listing down gratitude. And I like that your journal has guides, on gratitude. Gratitude is one of the best ways to start journaling. The next way of starting journaling is just writing down how your day looked like. Just go home and write how the day looked like. How was your day? It's like talking to a friend, but now you're writing it down. You're talking, this is what I have been through. And the rule is, if you haven't been able to write the whole week, just make sure you write once a week. Just write once a week. But write it down. Write down reasons. When you start with gratitude, you'll slowly morph into writing, this happened to me, this happened to me, this happened to me, this is it. I have journals that are very funny when we look back and you're like, oh my goodness, how stupid was I? The things you can pass on to your kids, especially when it comes to the knowledge. We talk about passing down inheritance in form of wealth and money, but knowledge is such a great inheritance to pass down, because now when you're writing down, when writing down, I went through this as a young person, my kid may not go through that, because now they are able to see the mistake that was made. And now you can, journaling, just start by writing down gratitude, start by writing down, this is how my day was looking like, or even something as simple as a lesson you picked by the day, a lesson you picked on the day, or something you wish you will never do it again. Just a simple prompt, just one thing that, at the end of the day, I write this. At the end of the day, I always write a gratitude, something I'm grateful about, or at the end of the day, I write something I accomplished or a lesson I picked on the day. As time goes by, you learn to write more. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking about gratitude, because research has shown that gratitude is one of the practices that help our brains produce dopamine and serotonin.
Oh, wow.
And that process helps the brain retain, or the body retain, those hormones that are produced. And the difference is that it's not that it can't be produced anywhere. Why some people fall into depression is that the body cannot retain that dopamine and serotonin.
Oh, okay.
So one of the best ways to produce it is through the practices of gratitude. You don't necessarily have to write, just like we're talking about journaling, but there are different ways that you can practice gratitude. So figuring out in your life, how do I practice gratitude in my everyday life to help your body produce these hormones, but also giving you a sense of contentment without necessarily looking from external validation. And also, it helps lower cortisol. Especially for women, where we have different reasons that are raising our cortisol level. So if you practice gratitude, helps you lower the cortisol hormone, which is our stress hormone.
Yeah.
And stress is good, but then too much stress is the leading cause of different problems.
Yeah.
So gratitude is very important, and it has helped, for me personally, it has helped me when I was grieving the death of my sister. Practicing gratitude has helped me be able to identify some joys in my life. Because you see, when you're grieving or when you're so much in pain, it gets hard for you to identify good things that are going on in your life.
Yeah.
It really gets hard.
Oh, yes.
Everything that you're seeing, as we were saying, is trouble, is problem. Yet, if you're being honest, there is a lot of good things going on. For example, my friend was getting married.
Okay.
I had graduated, I had started my master's. These are things that I was supposed to be happy about and celebrate. And naturally, I am a happy person, and I've been told I've been a happy child all my life. But I found myself being a whole different person. And yes, of course, I will laugh because I laugh, but I realized some things were not making me as happy as they used to.
Okay.
Yes, I was going to therapy. I was going to therapy for the grief, and it was helping me. But I was honest with with myself to accept that I'm not really happy down to the core, and I'm not seeing good things that are surrounding me. So I started journaling. But then I was just channeling, as you're saying, at the end of the day, how am I feeling in the morning? How am I feeling? But I wanted more. I wanted to know, to see these things, because I wanted to go back to my happy self. Of course, I know I'll never go back to the way I was, because that's the issue with knowledge. I think that's the problem with, that's why they say ignorance is bliss. Because now if you are aware of these things, then you can't go back to being unaware. You can't erase this knowledge. And the reality. So I know the fact that I lost my sister, I'll never go back to the joy of having her. That is true. But then how can I live healthily, being able to celebrate good things that are going on in my life as I also grieve her? Because grieving is a process. It doesn't end. It gets better with time, but it doesn't end. So when I realized that and started practicing gratitude in the morning and in the evening, and seeing how can I build my resilience when it comes to my emotions? How do I build this resilience? And I realized I needed prompts, and that's how I came up with the journal. I started doing it, writing down, making sentences, because I couldn't list things because there was no list to make, because my mind couldn't see these good things. So I was like, okay, I'm going to be writing a one sentence of something good that I am, or something that I'm just grateful for, even if it's one sentence a day, that makes it more valuable to me than me stating 4 things that I didn't have in the moment. And honestly, it was like magic.
Wow.
Because now I was back. Of course, not 100%, as I said, but I was back. I was back to being happy, to seeing things and being content
Oh, yeah.
and being grateful and appreciating life again. As you were saying, waking up in the morning and being, oh my God, because I wasn't singing. I usually, my aunties would make fun of me that when I'm mad, I sing. But even in the morning when I wake up, I sing.
Wow.
So I was back to waking up in the morning and singing and feeling like, oh, it's a good day.
Yeah.
It's a good. I remember that TikTok. It's a good day to be a black woman. It's a good day. It's a good day today. Yes, I have class, but it feels like it's a good day. I can go out. I know Kenyans don't want to be told good morning in the morning, but I will tell you, habari, how are you doing? Yeah. So gratitude, it is very important. I think I'm going to be pro gratitude because I've seen it work for me.
Very
So
true.
I like the fact that you also say the same thing about it. Yeah.
I have a question going back to therapy and especially considering what you're doing. Now, with the topic victim and victimhood, victim and victim,
From victim to victor.
Yeah. So, do you think therapy is also a tool that can help someone shift their mind? Because sometimes doing all these things may work for some people, but for some people they might need a little more help. And especially when we're saying not listening to other people, if you're not going to listen to other people, then you need an outlet where someone can talk to you or you can talk to them. So do you think therapy is also a tool? Because I didn't do therapy. I've done therapy before for different reasons, but it wasn't for this particular reason. So do you think therapy is also a tool that...
Yeah, thank you so much. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I personally believe everybody needs therapy. Everyone needs therapy, especially if you know that you're going through hard times. Of course, we know it's expensive. Not everyone can afford it, but those who can, there are also those that from government hospitals that offer these services at affordable prices or even for free. So therapy is very important because I believe that's the only place where someone is honest with you. You're paying them to go and be honest, but then they're also honest with you, and they help you look into yourself and answer these questions genuinely. Because sometimes we go to friends looking for attention, looking for validation, looking for pity. But when you're in therapy, they make you be honest with yourself. You look into yourself and they're asking you these questions and you have to answer these questions. And when you lie, you know you're lying to yourself because now you get to know the truth and you also get to put your thoughts out there and they're assessed. And then you're able to have a clear way out. You're able to see things differently. It changes perspective. And then you get also to be educated. Because sometimes we don't know ourselves. There are things that we know, there are things that we know about us, and there are things that people know about us, and there are things that are yet to be discovered.
Yeah.
So I think therapy allows you to know the things that you even didn't know about yourself, you self-discovering yourself, and also reorganizing yourself, especially if you have hit rock bottom. I think therapy allows to build you back in terms of identity, not attaching yourself to the problem that you've been through. For example, with grief, some people grieving, they tend to become shameful.
Oh.
You carry shame for something you don't even know. You didn't even cause. You don't even know where exactly it's stemming from. So someone who goes to therapy, they're able to separate themselves, the pain, from defining who they are, being your whole new identity. And it helps, or if you're going through conflicts and issues with maybe family, they're able to help you see where you could also be a problem. Because sometimes when you are the problem, you don't know that you're the problem.
Yeah, true. Wow.
Therapy allows you to see both sides of the coin or of the story and gives you a grounding.
All right.
Gives you grounding, which I feel like is very important. So to different people. This could be methods for some people, but there are other ways that can work for different people. I don't know if I've answered.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I believe. So as we're closing,
All right.
so if someone is in the middle of like a hard season right now, yeah, what is the first small steps you would tell them to take?
Yeah, goes back to whether you're going through something really hard, whether it's even grief, whether it's loss, whether it's just, which is happening around us a lot. The first step is you have to change again the algorithm, even on your TikTok. You need to stop watching those sad stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to stop watching those sad stories. Because those are first of the steps. If you've been applying for jobs, you've applied for jobs, take a step back. Just take a step back. Maybe you're not meant to be applying jobs. Take a step back. Secondly, the gratitude part. Aki, I don't know whether I can emphasize gratitude. And now scripting. Now the scripting now goes back to the journaling.
Yes.
Scripting. There's this girl, she's called oh my goodness, why am I forgetting her name? She talks more about scripting, a lot about scripting. Well, her scripting, she talks more about scripting money, writing down checks for yourself, such things. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Like the money that you want?
Yes, you just get a check. Oh my goodness. Why am I forgetting her name? I really
She's
like
Kenyan?
her. Yes, she's Kenyan. So she talks about scripting. Write the money you want on the check, what you want. So scripting helps you move from the situation you're in. So if you're going through a heartbreak, you can script down things like,
Love letters.
I am in a happy state. If you want to move to a happy relationship, you can write happy relationship. You can script. You script like you're already living it.
That life.
Yes, you're scripting like you're already in.
Like my podcast is number one right now in the world.
Wow! Now let's use your podcast as an example. Yes, you can write my podcast.
In the Quiet podcast.
Yes, in the Quiet podcast is the number one podcast in Kenya and in Rwanda. We are getting over 1 million views on our channel.
Yeah.
We have over 1 million subscribers on our channel. You're living in that.
Oh, I have 1 million subscribers.
I've sold over 1 million journals. Yes, so you script all that. So when it comes to things that you cannot change, sometimes it's hard to script that. Yeah. But you can script the state you want to be in a different, like you're healed. It's not like you're ignoring the pain, but you're healed. You have
the healed version.
Yeah, your healed version. How does your healed version look like? So you have to scripting. So we're talking about scripting, gratitude, journaling, yes, and movement.
And stepping back.
Oh my goodness. The stepping back from noises, stepping back from the noises, stepping back from what you've been doing. Yeah, what have you been doing recurrently and it's not working? You see, even when on social media, there's a secret when you're selling, which I have discovered myself when I'm selling. When you identify something that is moving, put money on it. For example, I discovered one of my coloring books. I have like 10 coloring books in the shop for adults. I discovered one that keeps selling every time. So you keep pushing the things that are going, and you take a step back from the things that are not moving. Yes. So right now, it would be naive of me to stock up at the shop, let's say like the study planner, which has not moved. We have a study planner for students, which has not been moving. It would be naive of me to stock up 100 copies, and there's a coloring book, like it's called Petals in Bloom, that has been doing so well. You find the things that are moving, put money on the things that are moving, or put energy on the things that are moving. The things that are not moving, take a step back and find out, what can I do? Do I need to change the strategy? Do I need to do? Do I need to add something on top of that? Do I need to reduce the pricing? You just find what is moving and what is not moving. Step back from the things that are not moving and
focus on the things that are moving.
Invest completely on the things that are moving.
I love that, because someone was saying on TikTok that take advantage of all your strength. If it's beauty, take advantage of it.
Yes.
If it's wealth, take advantage of it. If it's connection, if it's network, take advantage of whatever strength that you have at hand to get better. And for what you want.
A minute, I go back to the place of gratitude, because now that when you're listing gratitude, that's when you're going to see in the mud, in the basement of rock bottom, what is working for me. Because you've been listing gratitude, you'll notice, and this has been working for me. This has been working for me. My friend has been saying, I have this. You see, there's a girl in a shop next to where we sell at Mitho. So she was selling shoes, and the shoes were not moving. So she started doing lashes. I tell you right now, the corridors are full. She has now moved to a bigger shop.
Wow.
Because she identified the shoes are not moving.
But the lashes
are. So what do I do? Focus on what is moving.
Yeah.
So focus on what is moving. What is not moving? You're not leaving it behind. You see, you can put energy on the shoes later, or put energy on the planners later.
Let it move at its pace.
At its pace. But what is moving now, we are putting all our energy back into it. Yeah.
I love that. What is one thing that you wish more people understood about resilience?
It's all about you and the mind. So it's everything, it goes back to you. And I'm not talking about self-centeredness, and I'm talking about validation. Some people are resilient for validation. I loved when people used to say, hey, Penda, you're a strong girl. What are you talking about? I don't want to be strong. Right now, I don't want to be strong.
I want to be soft.
I want to be soft. And when I talk about strength, I want strength that is what I am, what I as Penda want to be strong in terms of. So when it comes to resilience, you're not going to that gym so that now people can validate your muscles. You're going to that gym for yourself. What is it doing for me? Because when it starts working for you, it starts working for everyone else around you.
Yeah.
Because now when you start,
I love.
Yes, when you start, when you're building resilience within, I am able now to empower people who, like now, if I find small business people, which is now another passionate thing I've found. Like now I'm passionate about people who are just starting, people who are just starting business, and don't take this move. I may not direct you, but I'm going to push resilience in you in a way that you wouldn't have been pushed by anyone else.
Yeah. Because
I know rock bottom, and I know if you invest that money here, my darling, you're going to burn. So stop investing money here, put that money somewhere else, So it's all about you, so that now when that strength is built within you, it builds everyone else around you. But if you start looking at resilience in terms of what other people are going to, don't think about shame is very underexplored. Yeah. Explore shame. Yes. Be the first one to explore shame. Be shameless. Be shameless. Yes, let that resilience build you. It will, that external validation, it will come without you looking for it.
Wow.
Because they will be like, hey, and go to the gym for myself. Do this for yourself. That business falls and you build it up again. Not for people to say, oh, you're strong, you've done this far. It's so that I can build myself, so that I'm able to build everyone else around me.
Oh my God, I love that so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you very much, Penda, for sharing your knowledge, for sharing your experiences, your story. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
And I love that ending note that you've said. Be shameless, because I've realized we've all had embarrassing moments in our lives. If someone ever told you they've never been embarrassed, they are lying.
Yeah.
And starting a YouTube channel and now being identified as a content creator or digital creator in my life, all my friends, like the last person who could have thought asking people to subscribe wasn't you. But I've realized if I don't ask people to subscribe, they're not going to subscribe. And if I think something is embarrassing and shameful, it's going to be embarrassing for me. But if I think it's not, which actually it isn't. It isn't, because everything that we think is embarrassing is because we have made them embarrassing. If one day we wake up and say it's no longer embarrassing, it doesn't become embarrassing anymore.
Yeah,
because if you want to believe that there was a time whereby people walked naked and it was okay until someone introduced clothing. Right now, East African women can't walk out naked on top. But we know one day in the old time, our great-great-great-grandparents walked out naked and they weren't embarrassed. So embarrassment is what we identify as embarrassing in whatever century that we are in.
Yes.
And I've realized it holds you back than you can imagine.
Oh, yes.
Than you can think. So one of my resolutions is to be shameless this year. So I want to be shameless in whichever way that I can. Whichever way that I can. And until 2026 is done, and then we'll figure out next year, well, what else to do.
Yeah.
But I'm okay being shameless. I'm okay being embarrassed, because I've realized all of us, either way, we're going to embarrass ourselves one day, or we've already embarrassed ourselves. Will you tell people where they can find you or your work?
So we are on Instagram, Colorful Books. Currently, I'm pushing the bookstore. We have Colorful Books on Instagram, Colorful Books on TikTok, Colorful Books on Facebook. Go find us, buy our planners, buy our journals, buy our coloring books. You can also hit me up at Penda on Instagram. I'm not very good at responding. It's easier to find me on the business than it's easier to find me on my personal page. But come, if you're also going through a hard time, send me an email, send me a message. I'm thinking of starting something like a pen pal. We know letters are old age, but I'm thinking of, I have gone through something. If I write a letter somewhere and it's read, it will encourage someone else, know. So, but send me an email. I love talking to people.
She does.
Yeah. I will encourage you. I will smile at you. If you don't have money for lunch, if I have, I will definitely send it to you.
For lunch.
Yes, just say I don't have money for lunch. But anyway, reach out to us, and we love people. Yeah, people. There's a saying, people are currency in my mother tongue. That people are currency, and if there's something I have learned, even in difficult seasons, people are currency. So bank on people. So come to Colorful Books. We love people.
Thank you so much, Penda. Thank you. And bank on people. People are currency. It is so true. People are currency, because we can't live without each other. And if you are new here, this is the Quiet Podcast, where silent cups are filled. And if you haven't subscribed, please do down below on the subscribe button. And follow us on Instagram at In The Quiet Place Hub. And follow us on TikTok and Apple Podcast and Spotify. Join the community, and don't forget to buy our journal. I've been Kenzuri Sandra. Ciao.
Every person
Has a story. Some are loud, others
are buried
in silence. And here we bring them to light.
Some conversations change how we think. Others change how we live. This is a space for both. Welcome to In The Quiet Podcast, where honesty isn't filtered, but silent cups are filled.